Hey everyone, it's Bob here. Now, if you're like me and you've ridden for a number of years and you've had a number of bikes perhaps, you've probably ended up in this spot like me that you change your bike. I've had this bike for coming on a year and you still don't quite have a bag that might suit for around town or short sort of day trips away. And I'm a bit like that this time round with this Triumph T120 Bonneville. I've got quite the collection of bags that I've got over the years for different bikes, for different styles, and have all fitted the purposes for which I have wanted them for. But I was sort of stuck for a bag, and today I'm going to talk about a bag that I picked up recently, this Givi Tunnel Bag, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But a few bags that I've been through already, you may have been a bit like this, is something like this. It's a waterproof roll bag, and it can go on top of something like a top box or just on the back of the seat, maybe with a cargo net or with straps. So that one didn't quite suit the needs of day tripping and sticking your hat, your keys and your wallet in the bag, so that one wasn't very good. Also got sort of sets of these sorts of things over the years, panniers that you can either put directly on the bike, or I would use these in a hard travel case on either like a Harley style bike or a Jivy luggage set on something like an Explorer 1200 or something. So I've used those in those contexts. Not good for what I need now, so that's another set that I can't use. Now I've had this Ventura bag, which is really like a tail bag, oh gosh, for years and years. And because I don't use it all the time, it's lasted really well. I was using this a little bit, but it was a bit awkward on how to mount it to the seat really well. And I didn't want to sort of pull on the straps or even like have it rub on the chrome, because I'm a bit sort of particular about that. So I could sort of cargo net it on, but I don't know, it just didn't sort of work. So that was another one that wasn't very good. Getting a little bit bigger. This is a great bag. I used this over Christmas for a trip that I did with a group of us. And it's an SW Motec dry bag. And it's fantastic. I mean, it sort of sat there. I had a top box, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, from Jivy, mounted to the bike on its own frame. But this was great. But of course, for around town, really not what I'm after. And the last one I've got, which is pretty much, sort of like the biggest. And I was using this for a while because I've got the mounting frame from Jivy for the Triumph in place of where this chrome rack goes, and it sort of sits about here, I suppose. And you know, for what it is, to throw your gear in the top is great for around town. But of course, it's pretty big and bulky for around town. And I really like the look of the standard handrail. The grab rail looks really nice. So I had to think of what else would there be out there for me to use. And my son, as it happens, on his bike, a ZX14 Concours bike, or a ZG 1400 Kawasaki, he was using this same bag on his bike, and it's the Givi Tunnel Bag, and we'll have a look around it in a moment. But the great thing about this is it's a great size. It really just fits behind me because I'm pretty much just riding by myself and not taking a pillion around. It clips on under the seat really easily, and it's got good weather protection, handy pockets, and a good capacity for the things that I want to carry around. Now, having got caught out with a flat tire a few months ago, and I did get a tow home with a tow truck, which was great, it did sort of put me in a spot where I thought, oh, I do carry a small toolkit. I might just get a pressurized tire goo set just in case I'm caught somewhere and I need that. So I needed to carry that and the tools. I also just have a small first aid kit, which is handy just to have in a car or on a bike. Put together with like some camera gear and your hat and your wallet and your phone and your keys, and you got a bit too much that you can carry on yourself, I think. So I needed something else that was not like anything else that I had. And who doesn't like buying another bag or some more gear? It's always fun. And this one just really works so well. So I'll open it up, we'll have a look around it, and I'll show you what it's all about, because I think it's a great bag. Well, a general look over the bag is it's in that sort of all-weather material. And it's got, at the front, it's got a zip out little rain jacket that comes out. You can undo it, and that just goes all the way over the bag, and that just pops in there, which is nice. Uses these buckle system clips just to attach on. The only thing about that is that once they're out, this can't zip. Like, it'd be nice if they sort of were maybe somehow hanging out with maybe a Velcro that just sort of maybe made it look a bit tidier, I suppose. But that sort of is always open under there, and that's how you'd put them away, is zip them shut like that. The bag also comes with a carry strap to, if you stop somewhere and you want to, you know, use it like a luggage bag and wear it and carry some things in it, you can do that. So it's got the 4 of these, 2 straps that go underneath the seat. You have to remove your seat, set the length for those, and then you, I wouldn't leave them on the bike and ride the bike probably with these just dangling like that. That'd be fine, but I probably wouldn't do that. If I'm not going to have the bag, I'd just probably remove those straps. But if you were to have the bag, go to town, you wanted to take it off to put something in it, well, that's going to be fine for the time that you're going to leave it. It looks pretty tidy. It sits there like that. It does have a clear pocket in the top with the model name Tunnel Bag just in there. It's got the 2 ended zips. High-vis straps, of course. And then in the bag, and I've got a few different things in the bag that I carry around. Ice cream container, excellent for separating off things like, you know, your wallet and your keys and your phone and your mask and your gum and your hat and goodness knows what else. But that's quite handy just to collect those things together. And I've got a toolkit. I've got my tyre repair can just in case, and a small first aid kit. But even with the container in there, there's still lots of room around the edge. And if you were to zip that, there's still lots of room to put wet weather gear if you're out for a week or even a weekend or a day ride. And that just clips onto the bike this way. And it's got these little pads or small pieces of nylon that just protect the bike against it rubbing against your seat. Was a little bit of a trick to get the lengths right for these straps, because under the seat, these don't just directly go under the seat. They sort of go up, and they need to be a bit longer by the time you press the seat down. But that's really secure on there, and every time I ride I can just sort of slightly feel it in my back, so I know it's not going anywhere. It's got a carry handle here that's really solid. It's got D-rings there which you could anchor something off the top or strap it to the bike in another way if you wanted to. But out of all the pieces of luggage that I've got, this is a great size, has great capacity. It's really well made. It sits on the bike very nicely. And I just think it's a great sort of in-betweener between going on a long journey and also just an around town with no bag at all. This bag for me represented good value for money. It was about 130 New Zealand dollars. And the things that I like about it, to summarise, are the way that it fastens to the bike. It's nice and clean. It's got good protection for the seat. It's got some pocket options on the side or on the top. It's got good capacity inside. It's sort of double lined, so it's nice and thick. It's got good weather protection as it is, but it's also got the extra raincoat. It's got a carry strap. It's got a carry handle here and some extra D-rings if there was other things that you wanted to net onto it or something like that. So I think great value for what you get for this bag. Now, if you want more content like this and more reviews and more of what I've done to this bike with the features on this Triumph T120 Bonneville, and also some great riding footage, do think about throwing Bob channel a subscribe and even a like. That'd be great. But until next time, this is Bob, and I'll see you later.